Hello, welcome back to the Italian Food Boss. Today we are gonna go down to Sicily for a dish which will be amazing. Pasta con le melanzane. Pasta with eggplant. You know me, I like eggplant. I think it's a very versatile type of vegetable. Today we are gonna dice it, lightly fry, and then mix it with the pasta, a bit of pecorino on top, and then the secret. A bit of provolone cheese, provolone, Auricchio, whatever you can find, just made in cubes, and then this will melt as we mix the pasta and will create some amazing taste. All of this with a bit of passata rustica, so a bit thick, not very refined, a bit rough, and then some basil on top. So let's start, and you will see that this dish will be fantastic. We start with chopping the eggplant. We do diced. We want to create diced of more or less this dimension. Look at the mountain of eggplants that we have. These are just 2 eggplants. It looks like a lot, but don't worry, they will shrink as we fry them. So to fry them now, we want to heat up the pan with some oil, and then make sure that we gently fry 1 onion in there. That will give the extra taste. So pan on the heat, oil, extra virgin olive oil. Make sure that it's quite a lot, because you know this is good. Don't be stingy with olive oil, guys, please. And the eggplant, the melanzana, I was saying. I still sometimes confuse English, Italian. 15 years living outside, but I still can't speak proper English. We cut the onion. The oil is hot. We have chopped finely our onion. Then we put it in here, and you can hear the sound of the gently frying onion. The onions have been gently frying for a few minutes, and now we are ready to put the eggplants in there, and we cook them for a few minutes until we see that they brown on both sides, and they shrink a bit. I used 2 eggplants today for about 400 grams of pasta, which should be enough for 3-4 people, depending on how much hungry you are today. We'll put the lid on, and they will cook for a few minutes. Now, if you think or you know that your eggplant will be a bit bitter, what you can do before you actually start cooking them, you can put them in a colander and salt them, and then leave them for 1 hour or so, and then you will see that they will release some liquid, which is the bitter part. In my case, I know that these are good, these are sweet, so I don't need to do this, but it's up to you. Now this has been cooking for about 15-20 minutes. Look at the situation. The eggplants are pretty much cooked. Now bear in mind, we don't want to fry them, we didn't want to fry them, we want to cook them, because now with the lid on I'm going to decrease the heat even more and add the tomato passata. Okay, in the meanwhile, like halfway through the cooking of the eggplants, I also added some salt, and that helped with the liquid release. I'm gonna add now some a bit of water, and we let this cook for another half an hour minimum, a low heat. Water, some basil leaves, and if necessary, if we realize that in 10 minutes the water is all absorbed, we can add a bit more. But it's important that we leave it cooking in low heat for a minimum half an hour. Half an hour later, the sauce is pretty much ready. The eggplants are still crispy. We put the water to boil, and this is now boiling. So we are ready to throw the pasta in. When this is very al dente, we are gonna put the pasta together with the sauce and we are gonna mix it. Then add some pecorino and add some diced scamorza, provolone, Auricchio, whatever cheese you have. While the pasta is cooking, now we take care of our provolone. We want to really do some small cubes because we are gonna mix this with the pasta and the sauce, and everything needs to melt all together. So the smaller the cubes, I think the best result we get. So this sort of things is what we want. And of course we are gonna add also some pecorino for extra taste. Remember the sauce, we stir it a few times over the course of the half an hour, 40 minutes of cooking, and this is very important. And also I added a bit of water while this was cooking, and this is up to you, this is up to your taste. The pasta is now al dente. Let's do the final touches. We put the pasta in our sauce, we mix it up. This is when everything comes together. We have the pasta. Now we merge and mix everything. Sauce and pasta, look at that. And this will cook maybe for another minute or so. We want to cook everything together. So the pasta, we chose a fusilli this time, which I think is a good format for this sauce. So the fusilli will become really impregnated with this sauce. Now we do a couple of things. Pecorino, mix it up. We do the first round of mix. I can't wait to taste this thing. And then the specialty, the secret, il mio provolone. Il mio provolone. No big chef will tell you to do this, and that's why you have to do it. That's why. Now the provolone will melt. Now you add a bit of pepper as well, not too much, because then you can add it on top on the plate at the end. I normally don't add much salt during the cooking procedure because I know that I'm gonna have then the pecorino and the provolone, and all of this will increase the level of saltiness. But again, this is up to your taste. Look at this. And guys, this is ready. We are ready to try this babe. Look at the provolone melted, the melanzane still crunchy, the fusillo. Perfect. Perfect, guys. The favorite part of every recipe for me is this. Melanzana, the eggplant, is still very crunchy, as I like. And then look at this, the melted pecorino and provolone. Of course, you can add some pepper on top. Fantastic. Look how melted. Look at that. Guys, that's how it's done in Italy. Like everywhere, follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, visit my website italianfoodboss.com.